Starting off the morning with Harvey, taking him for a nice walk along the river. There's a fallen tree there from Storm Eowyn. I don't normally take him down here because I just don't like how muddy the field is, but I thought it'd be a good way to start the vlog. It's been some time, at least over a year now, since I uploaded a video to the channel, mainly because of work and other stuff getting in the way. Like my last job was, I used to work in a bakery factory type of place, and the hours were just getting ridiculous. I'd be up at like 2:30 in the morning to get to work for 4 in the morning because I live half an hour away, and this, that and the other, and just life was getting on top of me. Well, it's work life even. So I had to leave that job, and then I did newspapers for about a month, around this time last year, well, around April time, springtime sort of. That was more costly than anything. I didn't really earn that much from that job because you spend more time replacing papers and driving about and putting fuel in your car than you do actually making money. The most money I ever made from this paper job last year was about £765, which in itself is a lot of money if you don't have it. But in terms of the amount of fuel you're putting in your car and the amount of miles you're putting on each day, because I had to get up at 3 in the morning, or I'll be at the paper stand for 3 in the morning, and I wouldn't get done till about 8-9 o'clock in the morning, which doesn't sound too bad, but on paper it's not worth it unless you're just doing it for something to do. I think the only upside to having that paper job was your day would start a lot earlier, so you'd have a longer time to get stuff done. But and it's not your average typical 9-to-5 job either, so that's another upside, because you'd be done before most people even start going to work. So it has its one or two benefits, but apart from that, it's not viable to pay your bills with. So about a month after leaving the paper job, I had a month where I wasn't working because I was applying for other jobs because I wanted something a bit more sustainable with a bit more structure, and I came across this car valeting job. I was like, oh, that sounds good. I've done that before, so I applied for it, and I was hoping to start the next week, but I couldn't because for some reason or another. I'm not going to go into detail, but anyways, long story short, I got the job. I'm very happy. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's a lot better than my previous job, like my proper previous job, that is, but I'm not going to go into detail about that either. Basically what I'm saying is, if you're unhappy in a job that you feel trapped in, the only way you're going to get out of it is by making the first move. Kind of like if someone was to say to you, yeah, no one's going to help you unless you help yourself. So that's the best advice I can give right now. And I'm not one for giving the world's best advice, so but yeah, because I mean the UK economy is in a bit of a rut right now with the Prime Minister and all that stuff. Not really into politics, I don't like them, but it's not worth killing yourself in a job that you hate. And if you want to do something that you love, pursue it. So in September of 2024, I purchased this 2009 Ford Focus diesel. It was £600. It was a bit of a state. It had a few problems with it as well. It wasn't running properly. You can see it's on a space saver. Didn't have a parcel shelf, and the inside was just minging. But then again, it was £600, so what can you say? And it also has a tinted back window for some reason. For some reason, when I bought the car, the indicators weren't working, and there's an engine warning light on, but I'll get to that in a minute. So I go outside, and nothing's happening, and I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, who's got working indicators now? There was this box here. It was this that had come off, and I'd just been round to the scrapyard at Willow Home to get new indicator stalks. Took this off another one, 40 quid, which I couldn't have needed to spend, but it's worked. Here's what I've done so far. Just been around with the drill and the wire brushes. Just drilled all of that. Disc brakes on the back as well. I'm just gonna put some rust stuff on it. Yeah, and then underseal it. Just sorting the rust out with this stuff from Halfords. The brakes don't look too bad. There's a lot of material on the brake pad. I'll show you this side. I was going to change them because they're a little bit scarred, but I think it maybe just lack of use. So see there as well. There's a lot of material on the brake pad on that one as well, so it might just need a bit used. I also fitted this aftermarket screen, which I thought looked a lot better than the original, but it didn't have Apple CarPlay, so I just put the original back in, plus all the speakers didn't work with it in. And there's the parcel shelf that I got for the car. Kept the Mark 1 Focus boot liner because the old one was knackered, and replaced the headlights because I broke the old ones, but changing the bulb. So overall then, if you were looking at that car on Facebook and think, oh, I need a quick motor, probably wouldn't have been worth buying because of the state it was in and the mechanical issues it had with it. And I was thinking, oh, I'm never going to get this sorted, it's going to cost way more than I thought. But realistically, I actually went out to Burnley to buy a new turbo for it. That was £80. And I was willing to get underneath and pull the old turbo out and fit it with this new one that I bought. Because I was going to do a service on it anyways, because obviously with it being a used car, I didn't know if it had one recently, so I thought I'll do it myself. And I was about to unplug the connector on top of the turbo because it doesn't have a blow-off valve. It's got a thing called a turbo actuator, which releases electronically, well, opens electronically. And I was thinking, oh, that came off easier than I thought, because I feel like them sort of connectors in the engine bay, they're really difficult to get off, and you always have to pry them off with the screwdriver or something. So I was thinking, oh, well, what if I plug it back in and then I'll try it? And bear in mind, I hadn't gone underneath and drained the oil on it yet. So I thought, I'll do that. And I'll just turn it over. and funny enough, the engine light went, and I just let it circulated. But I didn't actually take it for a test drive till after I changed the oil in it. That took about an hour or so, because I didn't do. I haven't done it in like 5 years. The first time I done an oil change was on my Clio. If you haven't seen that video, it's in my earlier videos on the channel. I think I made a video on it. I can't remember. Yeah, that's literally all it was. It was a loose connection, and I was so like thrilled that I'd fixed it. I don't want to like bore you with the details, but yeah, I just thought I'd share my experience with my Mk2.5 Ford Focus 1.8 TDCI